Slice Audio.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Being outside is good for us. It's that simple. And trails make it easy for us to walk, bike, and be active outside in our own backyards. On the trail, we see people moving, connecting with their communities, making the places where they live great. For 40 years, Rails to Trails Conservancy has led the way, creating trails across the country, making it safer and easier for everyone to get outside. They want you to get involved. Find your trail and start your journey today at railstotrails.org/iHeart and follow at Rails to Trails on social.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hello, it's Brooke Devard from Naked Beauty. Join me each week for unfiltered discussion about beauty trends, self-care journeys, wellness tips, and the products we absolutely love and cannot get enough of. If you are a skincare obsessive and you spend 20 plus minutes on your skincare routine, this podcast is for you. Or if you're a newbie at the beginning of your skincare journey, you'll love this podcast as well because we go so much deeper than beauty. I talk to incredible and inspiring people from across industries about their relationship with beauty. You'll also hear from skincare experts. We break down lots of myths in the beauty industry. If this sounds like your thing, search for Naked Beauty on your podcast app and listen along. I hope you'll join us.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
From the Rapid City Post, this is the Daily Slice for Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. I'm Zach Conger, and here's what's going on. In local news, the Rapid City Parole Accountability Task Force is being credited with at least 7 arrests. A Rapid City Police Community Relations Specialist said the newly created joint venture is partnering multiple community law enforcement organizations to crack down and locate parole violators. Brendan Medina says the priority of the task force is to identify and locate parole offenders to make sure they are conforming to the requirements of their release. Medina says if the offenders continue to commit crimes, the task force will do everything they can to make sure the criminals are held accountable. It's expected to continue checks throughout Pennington County. Rapid City Police are investigating a robbery that occurred early Monday morning at 2110 Jackson Boulevard. Police made contact with an employee who stated that an unknown male had entered the business and handed the employee a note directing them to give the suspect money. The employee said the suspect appeared to be simulating the possession of a handgun through the pocket of his sweatshirt. The employee complied, and the suspect left the business with an undisclosed amount of cash. Police were still looking for the suspect. And here's Gary Matthews.
Governor Larry Roden was on hand for Monday's ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new Wildland Fire Building in Rapid City. The new building is located at 3305 West South Street. The new facility will serve as a hub for wildland fire operations and support efforts to enhance fire preparedness and response across the region. State officials and local leaders joined the governor for the ceremony, marking the building's official opening. This week marks Cleanup Week in Rapid City, and the landfill is open daily from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., and residents who pass through the gates before 4 p.m. will have until 4:15 to unload materials. Normal landfill rules remain in effect, and several items will not be accepted. Officials also encourage residents to consider donating items that are still in good, usable condition to the Rapid City Restore or local thrift stores instead of disposing of them. Cleanup Week will run through April 24th.
Now for national and international news. A Louisiana community is mourning after a man identified as Shamer Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in a domestic-related shooting across 2 homes early Sunday before dying following a police pursuit, with authorities saying the children ranged in age from 3 to 11, and 2 other people, including his wife, were shot and wounded. As investigators said, the couple had been separating, and Elkins had a prior 2019 felony weapons conviction that prohibited him from possessing a firearm. Here's Mark Houston with more.
Preparations are underway for a new round of talks between the United States and Iran in Pakistan, but renewed conflict in the Strait of Hormuz has raised uncertainty about whether negotiations will proceed after the U.S. seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship and Iran vowed a response, with tensions escalating as a ceasefire nears expiration. Oil shipments remain disrupted through the critical waterway that carries about 1/5 of global oil, and both sides continue signaling deep disagreements over key issues, including Iran's nuclear program and regional activity. In other news, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake off northern Japan triggered a brief tsunami alert and prompted officials to warn of a slightly increased risk of a potential megaquake, with authorities raising the probability to 1% from the usual 0.1% for the next week, while urging residents in 182 coastal towns to review evacuation plans and emergency supplies, as more than 180,000 people were advised to take shelter. Minor injuries were reported, transportation was temporarily disrupted, and officials said no abnormalities were found at nuclear facilities before tsunami advisories were lifted.
Now for the weather with Ember Sky.
Good morning. Tuesday stays sunny with a high near 86. Tuesday night dips to 54 with increasing clouds. Wednesday reaches about 88 with a chance of rain. Wednesday night cools to 46 with more scattered showers.
That was your Daily Slice for Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. If you'd like to sponsor the Daily Slice, please contact us at news@rapidcitypost.com. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group and the Rapid City Post. Hosted by Amy Rose with Gary Matthews, Zachary Conger, and meteorologist Ember Sky. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquez. I'm Zach Conger filling in for Amy Rose. Have a great day.
Being outside is good for us. It's that simple. And trails make it easy for us to walk, bike, and be active outside in our own backyards. On the trail, we see people moving, connecting with their communities, making the places where they live great. For 40 years, Rails to Trails Conservancy has led the way, creating trails across the country, making it safer and easier for everyone to get outside. They want you to get involved. Find your trail and start your journey today at railstotrails.org/iHeart and follow at Rails to Trails on social.